Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be discussing the Do Not Disturb settings in your iPhone. So to start this process, you'd click on your Settings app, which in my case is the very bottom right application on the screen that you see. This would open up the settings section of your iPhone. You'd scroll down a little bit from the top, and where it says Do Not Disturb underneath Sounds and Haptics, click that, and this is the section that we are going to be talking about today. Now, first of all, as you can see, the first option, Do Not Disturb, is already turned on. That's why it's green. It's toggled on. That will silence all of your calls, all of your notifications, text messages, all that stuff. So I do have that turned on right now. To turn it off, you would just click that and it would toggle it off. Click it again, toggle it back on. Another option is the shortcut way to do the Do Not Disturb toggling on and off. For iPhone 10, I believe, and newer, you would swipe down from the top right, and for iPhones prior to that, you'd swipe up from the bottom, as long as it's an iPhone new enough to support this shortcut kind of menu. But anyway, from the top right, it pulls down this menu, which you may have seen before, and in the center left of the screen is this little crescent moon symbol. If it's purple moon with a white background, Do Not Disturb is turned on. If you touch it again and it's a grayish black background with a white moon, Do Not Disturb is turned off. So that is one other way you can toggle on and off. And as you notice in the top right of the screen, that little crescent moon shows up as an emblem to let you know your phone's on Do Not Disturb. When it's a purple moon, when I click it again and turn it off, it goes away, which means it's not on Do Not Disturb. So that is the shortcut way to do that. Now, underneath this is a feature called Scheduled. What this is if I toggle this on, I can have my Do Not Disturb set to start and end at a certain time. Let's say I have a meeting and, I want it to be on every day on my meeting every day that I have, or in a certain time period I'm doing something I don't want to be disturbed. I can turn this on and it'll set your Do Not Disturb for a certain hour time slot. The other thing is underneath this, there's this feature called Dim Lock Screen. What that does is, although your iPhone will not make a noise when you receive a notification, if Do Not Disturb is turned on, the light on the lock screen will still brighten up. So sometimes that light can wake you up if you're sleeping or whatnot. But if you have this dim lock screen toggled on, then not only will it not make any noise, but it also will not brighten up to possibly wake you up. So that is another great feature, and that's a somewhat newer feature, I believe, on the iPhone. Now, the other thing is you can also set Do Not Disturb to only be truly Do Not Disturb when your iPhone is locked instead of all the time. So right now I have it set on always, which means whether I'm doing something in my phone or I'm not, it's put away, the lock screen is on, nothing will make a noise, nothing will beep or vibrate or ring or whatever. But maybe you want it to be Do Not Disturb if you're not currently looking at your iPhone like we are, but you don't want it to be Do Not Disturb if you are using your iPhone. Maybe this would mean you're in a conference and you really can't have it going off randomly, but you would want to hear it if you're on a break time or something and you're already looking through stuff on your phone. So you can change that to while iPhone is locked by touching that, and then your Do Not Disturb will only block things when it's on. Another thing you can do is set who you want Do Not Disturb to be turned on for and who you don't. So underneath this next section where it says allow calls from no one, that means nobody's stuff is coming through on my phone for Do Not Disturb. But if you click that, you can change that to all of your contacts, to your favorites, to everyone for who you're going to allow calls from. So this, if in your favorites section you have just your parents or just your girlfriend or whatever, you can toggle it to that, and then it'll Do Not Disturb everybody except her. So then, maybe that would be because it could be an emergency situation you need to hear from that person from, or it could just be you want to know when that particular person is calling you, and maybe you don't care about anybody else's calls at that time. So if your phone rings in your pocket and you've got it on favorites and your girlfriend is the only one in the favorites, then if it's going through on Do Not Disturb, it must be your girlfriend who's calling you. And then that might prompt you to answer. So that's a unique and good feature on the iPhone. Underneath this is repeated calls. Now, this is more for, like I was saying, an emergency situation. And underneath, it's exactly what it is. A second call from the same person within 3 minutes will not be silenced. So if you're expecting a call from someone, if it could be an emergency situation and you think they call me more than once quickly, it's a problem, then that will allow that call to go through. So yeah, underneath that is do not disturb while driving. So you can set this by clicking on it to do it automatically when it senses that your phone is driving, when you're connected to your car Bluetooth. So like if you're listening to music, or manually that you can access it and change it yourself. Or you can toggle on Do Not Disturb. Do Not Disturb can also be activated automatically when you're connected to CarPlay, which again is kind of a feature, might be listening to music, that kind of thing. You can toggle that on as well. And then at the bottom is auto reply. Now, do not disturb, obviously, you're not going to get these notifications, but you may want people, either your recents, your favorites, all of your contacts, or no one, to get an auto reply message because you're driving or because, those kind of things. So if I turn that on for favorites and go back and then look at auto reply, this is what it's going to read. I'm driving with do not disturb while driving turned on. I'll see your message when I get where I'm going. Or you can go in here and make that whatever message you want so that that person will get your text automatically. You don't have to worry about not replying because they've called you but you're driving and it's illegal to text or whatnot in your state. So that's a great feature to have as well. And so I hope that cleared up some things about do not disturb and how to use those settings. But yeah, have a good one.